Hi guys, and welcome back to my travel series. So today I'm going to take you through my top tips for sleep. So breaking this down into 4 subsections, and each subsection's got 3 to 4 really important points. So the first subsection is about power naps. Now, some people have never done it, some people do it all the time, some people occasionally do it. Now, only do it if it's really necessary, and if you are going to do it, make sure you consistently do it, not just ad hoc, because you'll mess up everything. The second thing is, don't overeat before you sleep. Make sure whatever meal you have is at least a couple of hours, a few hours before you go to bed, because that can keep you up. Now, if you do have to eat very close to bedtime, make sure it's light and it's easily digestible. Make sure you hydrate optimally. A lot of people, when they get home from work, don't drink anymore. They just feel that they need to drink throughout the day, and in the evening, they don't have any water. So make sure you've got water available to you to remind you, just to make sure you stay hydrated. And finally, try to avoid alcohol where you can. Alcohol is one of the biggest nemesises towards sleep. It can really affect so many things. So only drink if it's really necessary. If you do drink, make sure you hydrate yourself optimally before you go to bed. So on to section 2. So the first point here is to make sure you have a relaxed, cool and quiet sleep environment. If those 3 things aren't in place, it's going to be really difficult and going to take you longer to get into a deep sleep. Make sure you've got a comfortable pillow, which is the easiest thing to sort out, and it's really worth investing in a comfortable mattress. Now, if you can't afford that or haven't got the time, then a mattress topper is the next best thing, and it will really make a big difference. Minimise blue light exposure before you go to sleep. So that's from any electronic device. Phones are the worst, iPads, laptops, tellies, whatever it is. Try not to use it at least an hour before you go to sleep. If you have to, make sure it's on night shift or anti-blue light mode, so the screen is a little bit more orange and less blue, because that can just keep you up and your mind can run for a long time afterwards. And finally, have a pre-bed routine. Whatever it is, become consistent at it to wind you down for when you go to sleep. So this can be reading a book, this can be listening to music, this can be doing some yoga, anything like that, or a mindfulness app, for example. But having a consistent routine is just going to get your body used to winding down, and over time enhance the overall quality of your sleep. So subsection 3, first thing is to cancel out as much light as possible, investing in a sleep mask. Not expensive, but so effective. The other thing is, if you're anything like me, if you get woken up by sound, it's really worth getting some earplugs that actually fit your ears. There's so many different shapes and sizes, but having a sleep mask on and earplugs in just numb your senses slightly and disturb you less if there are any things in the night that might wake you up. And ultimately, you need to aim for at least 8 hours sleep, which actually means being in bed for longer than that, at least 9, because it's going to take you a while to fall asleep. You might wake up at night for whatever reason, so you want to average at least 8 hours. So section 4, having a regular sleep schedule. Now, Monday to Sunday, everyone has lots going on. Everyone has different schedules, whether it's in their work life or their personal life. Schedules will vary, but making sure you go to bed at a consistent time and wake up at a consistent time is much more effective and better for you than yo-yoing, going to bed and waking up at random times that are all different. To try to go to sleep and wake up as consistently as possible. Now, there are lots of apps that can help you. Many phones now have sleep cycles integrated into their clock, which is really easy to set up, and it can make a huge difference. So the second point is about sleeping as adequately as possible. Now, that's going to ultimately be a cumulative effect of all these points I'm discussing, but the more adequately you can sleep, the more often that you can do that, the better everything in your life is going to be. And the last point is about waking up. Now, there are some people who find it really difficult to wake up, and some people who wake up really easily, some people in the middle. You need to wake up as gently as possible. well, whatever way that is for you. Me personally, it's having a vibration on my watch. I find that's the best. If it's a really loud noise, it's going to get you out of bed, fine, but that is going to shock your system. So you ask yourself, is that really the best thing for me? Some people like to use sleep lamps. Some people wake up naturally, but whatever way you want to do it, make sure it is gentle and it's best for your body. So there we have it. I really hope you find those points useful, even if it's just one thing that you've not really thought about or come across before. Brilliant. Hopefully more than one will be useful. Any questions or comments, please drop below.